mein Name ist Samantha und willkommen auf dem Kanal. So today here with us is Matthias Bühler, an Olympic athlete that has won for 8 times now the German championships in the 110 hurdle event. He has participated in the Olympic Games of London 2012, Rio 2016, and now he is attempting to classify to Tokyo 2021. Let's go and meet him. Hi.
Hello.
Let me introduce myself first. My name is Samantha. I'm 24 years old. I'm also an athlete. I run the 400 and I've been training since 2014. So that will be 6 years.
Nice. That's very exhausting for an meter. I did this too a couple times.
And what about you? How did you start in track?
I started in track when I was 7 years old. So my neighbor came to me and asked me if I wanted to do track and field. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And then I just tried it and I liked it. And but just like 2 times a week. And when I was getting older, around like 17, I started to switch to a bigger club. And then I started to train more professional, like 5 times a week. And then everything started and I started hurdling.
Before that, what other events have you tried?
Many events. So I did decathlon, I did javelin throw, I did discus, I did long jump. I was a pretty decent high jumper. My personal best is 192. But when I was getting older, I just was getting fast. So I did 100, 200. And then I tried hurdles, and the combination of being fast and getting the technique right, it took a couple of years to get it right. It was the perfect combination. And then I was 20, I would say 21, 22, and then I was a hurdler. It clicked like 2009. I was running my PR with 13:36, and then it was like my breakthrough.
Were you expecting to be that good in hurdles?
No, never. Because when I was younger, I was just like average. Even at regional games, I was just average sprinter, average decathlete, just an average athlete. And I just got better when I was like 17, 18, 19. But my coach told me, you have potential and you probably can qualify for German championships. And I was like, wow, that's crazy for me. And I try so hard and I will train as hard as I can to achieve this goal. But I never thought that I can make Olympic team or I can be German champion. I never thought this. It was just like my motivation never stopped until now. I was just it's my big passion and I love it so much and it's still fun. So now I'm 33 years old, but I'm still super excited when I'm competing. I'm super excited when I'm training. It's just I like everything around my sports. I like training. I like competing. It's my life.
Do you imagine yourself doing anything else?
When I was 20, around 20, I did a job as a IT guy. So I finished that. But then I was able to focus just on track because my parents supporting me. The support of my parents is a big advantage because I didn't have to work during my training, just like the first 3 years, so until I was 22. And when I stopped working and just focused on training, I directly won the German championships, and that was like absolutely crazy. I still remember that feeling, and the first time German champion was amazing. Absolutely.
And that was in 2009, right?
Yes.
And how did you qualify to that championship? Tell me about all the process and that competition.
So when I had a PB of 13:65 when I started the season 2009, and directly on my first race, I was running a new PR. So I was running 13:48. And when I was done with that, I was just competing, but I didn't do so well in between because I had technical issues and I couldn't execute as much. But then on the day on the German Championships, I was in a good shape, and then I PR'd on the championships from 13:48 to 13:36. And I also made the team for Berlin. So that was my first World Championships. And that was like amazing because it was at home in Germany, and starting at the World Championships was just like a big dream for me. And I didn't do so well. I just make the heats, didn't qualify for the semi-final, but it was still amazing for me to start there.
You have been 8 times the German champion of hurdles, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Has it been hard to maintain that title?
Yes, very, very hard. So this weekend I was winning 8 times. So it's always very difficult to stay in a good shape and get in a good shape year by year. Because, you have always issues. Sometimes you're not healthy. Sometimes, yes, it's always difficult. You make technical mistakes. You're not as fast as the year before. It's always a struggle to do track and field on a very high level. But my passion is always very high, so I'm motivated to stay in shape and to find the best therapist and to improve my food and my health. And so it was always a very, very close race all these years, but I'm not sure how, but I won it so often, like 8 times now, that I sometimes cannot believe that, because I was always close, and often I was not the favorite in this race, but I still won. And I'm very grateful that I was able to win it again this weekend. And I hope I can stay in shape, and then trying to qualify for the Olympics next year. That's my big goal. It will be very hard. That I hope I can still improve, even when I'm a little older now. But I think there's still potential that I run faster and start a little better, and just be technical clean in my races. Yeah.
Which do you consider is there are 10 hurdles, right, in the 100? Yes. Which do you consider are the hardest one to pass? The first one, the ones in the middle, or the last one?
For me, it's the first 3. So for me to accelerate very nice, and then to have a very good takeoff and going through the hurdle very fast, it's always difficult for me. And it's also the part of the race I can improve the most. And I think if I improve for the indoor season and for next season, I can even run faster than this year, the 13:60. I hope I can run next year around 13:40, around that, when I get my start right at the first hurdle and being very active on my takeoff. And I'm working on that. Start faster on the first 3.
Do you have hurdles in your house?
No, I don't have hurdles in my house. Just a little weight room. Little weight room.
And tell me about the first time that you qualified to Olympic Games. How it was?
It was very hard. This was 2012 for London, because in this year I was kind of injured. So I started not good in the season, and I had a race very close to my hometown. So I knew, okay, this is my biggest chance to make the team. And but my body didn't feel so well. I was, like I said, kind of injured, and I tried in my first race. The heats, they were average. And I was like, oh man, this is not so good, but I try again. And I was also a therapist, and he worked on me before the race, before the finals. And then I could run fast. I was running 13:48, I think. Yeah, something like that. And this was the team, so I made it, and it was like amazing, because when you achieve a goal like that and you don't think you can do it, it's even more intense, and that you have more adrenaline. And then I make the dream. The dream was real, and then I made the team for London, and it was very nice there. The stadium was full. There was 80,000 people yelling like crazy. And that's one of the reasons I want to do it again for Tokyo, because when you're one time there, and I was like in Rio too, so 2 times, you want to be there again, because it's just an honor to run in front of so many people and so crazy atmosphere. You really feel like a soccer player, because normally in track, it's a little more decent. It's a little, it's not as loud as soccer games. And this time you felt like, wow, this is amazing. It's crazy.
How do you compare the games in London with Rio? Were you as nervous as you were in London, or you felt more confident?
For me, I'm always nervous before races. And I'm also confident too. Big difference in Rio. I think you know the picture of my Instagram account. It was raining in Rio so bad, and stadium was empty too, so this was not so good. So I enjoyed London much more because the atmosphere was better, and like the people from England, they're more interested in track. And that's a big difference. So I enjoyed more London than Rio. But Rio was special too. I saw the Jesus statue, and it was cool too. But I enjoyed more London.
How many hours do you train?
I train around maybe around 20 hours a week. So it just depends. If you're on competition, I don't train so much if I'm competing, because rest is very important, and shutting the nervous system down after races. If I'm in preparing the season, I train every day. Some sessions are very hard, and some sessions are like a little low-key and more like jumping and weightlifting with less weights or just with body weights. But our hard trainings are very intense, so we always start on the track and running very fast or hurdling, and finish the training with heavy lifting. So it's very, very intense.
Do you have any exercise that you like doing with hurdles, like your favorite exercise?
Yeah, so I like a lot of speed work, also with wickets or mini hurdles. They are then very close together, and it's just like very fast, the 3-step. That's one of my favorite exercises. But I also like running like 12 hurdles. So very long distance training, so longer than normal in competition, because it's fun. It's very technical. Yeah, that's the two parts I like in training. But I also like block starts, 1 or 2 hurdles. I think everything what's hurdling. Is it low hurdle? Is it high hurdle? Is it rhythm work? I like everything.
How do you say hurdle in German?
We say 110 Meter Hürden.
Can you say it again?
Probably sounds a little weird, right?
I'm learning German. I know a bit, but I didn't know how to say hurdle in German.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Do you have any ritual that you do after or before a competition?
Not really. No, I don't have anything. Like, I just get up in the morning, take a cold shower to wake up, and then just get my mind right and relax, maybe listening to music. But I don't have like a special ritual. It's just different. It just depends where I am, and I also have like not like always the same warm up in every race. It just depends, and I'm not very, I don't know, like strict in my head. Okay, I have to do this, and then my competition will be good. It just depends. I'm always laid back and chill and relax and just try not to be as. But often that doesn't work. But I don't have anything now.
Have you had the chance to compete with someone that you admire?
Yes. Even I was training. So when I was 2013, when I was 26, I was able to train with Aris Merritt, the world record holder, because his coach is half German, half American. And they opened Altus, a new athletic center in 2013. And I just asked them if I can train there. And they said yes. So I was training over 5 years in Phoenix, Arizona in the US. And I trained with Aris Merritt, and it's still very special. He's an amazing person, amazing athlete. He's my absolutely favorite and my personal hero. And I was able to train with him and compete with him, and it's very fun. I learned so much, and it's crazy. I never thought that I will compete with such an awesome athlete and an awesome hurdler, but I did, and it was a dream for me. Yes.
How cool! How amazing! Which are your motivations? What keeps you motivated every day?
I think I'm motivated because I just like sports and I like training, and I try to be better, and that's always my inspiration to work on me. And I also have many good training partners at Altus. For example, Anaso Chobotsovana, the bronze medal winner in Beijing 2015. And he was such an inspiration for me because I was running so much in the season with him in training. And then he made the medal, and I was on the stands and was yelling and was so happy. And then it's inspiration when you run with such great athletes and you competing with them in training. And that's always in my mind. And like I said, I always try to be better than yesterday.
Have you had to move to another city to have better training conditions?
Like I said, the first years I trained very close to my hometown. Then I was moving to the US. Then I stopped running and I started again. And now I'm in Stuttgart, in south of Germany. And I'm actually very happy here. I'm living here with my girlfriend, and it's always good if you feel very good in your life to train, because you have to be satisfied and happy. And the combination is very good now, and I'm very happy, and that's one of the reasons why this season was very good.
And what about the sacrifices that you had to make? Affect your social life or?
Oh, because I'm traveling so much and training so much. So not so much, a little bit, sure, because I always tired after training. But in general, I'm a gamer, so I like gaming a lot when I'm at home. So I meet my friends online. So yeah, my social life is it's still very good. I have many friends at home, and just today and yesterday I was at home in my hometown and met all my friends, and also the guy who brought me to track. And yeah, it doesn't affect me now.
What do you play?
I play Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So it's a shooter game, and it's also a team game. It's very fun, and I always play with the same guys, and we have a lot of fun. It's also good when you're back in training and you just want to relax and do something else. Then it's always good for the mind to do that. But yeah, not as long. If you do it too long, you get completely tired. But I don't do that.
I think that's all my questions. Do you want to add something else? Like, I don't know if you have an advice or...
No, maybe for younger athletes, just keep going, be motivated. It's very important, and just believe what you're doing. Like I said, I never thought that I will be competing on a high level. But then one coach told me, yeah, you have potential, and I just tried and worked so hard every day over years, and then I just made the Olympic team. And that's very important. Even if many people don't think you can do it, that doesn't mean that you can do it. And yeah, these people get very quiet when you make it. And that's very important. So if just never stop believing when you do. If you do track, or you do soccer, or do some else sports, or whatever you do in your life, you should never stop believing.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for the interview. No worries. All right. Thank you so much.
I wish you success to qualify to the Olympic Games.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Bye.
Fertig.
Sehr guter Start von Jon. Das war schon im Vorlauf so. Bühler hängt noch zurück. Traber ist zur Stelle. Jon stürzt. Keine Chance. Traber ist vorne. Bühler kommt. Traber ist vorne. Kann er das retten? Traber vor Bühler und Ball nur weit.